All right, hello guys. 7th annual open recap. Just gonna go through the email here, starting with the upcoming events, and we are only down to one regular season event. The Saturday Labor Day weekend, we're gonna be playing Deer Valley. 11 o'clock, we're gonna have a week off where I can get things organized for the Ryder Cup, and then we will be playing the Ryder Cup on Saturday, September 16th. It'll be at 12:30 shotgun, and then as always, we'll be going to Red Lion afterwards. So here are our winners at Sugarloaf. We had Hand won championship flight, Puzzy first flight, and Jake second. And let me get into it right now. So, I mean, I'm recording this, 5 days afterwards, so my remembrance of some of these events might be not the best, but I remember second flight being very close throughout when I was putting in my scores, checking the update on all the leaderboards. And as I'm looking here, I can see why, because we had a 41, 42, 43, 43 after 9 holes. So these 5 guys kind of, definitely separated themselves from the field. And I remember seeing Tony being, even par early, and now that I'm looking at that, yes, he parred his first 4 holes. So it seemed like it was a 5-horse race for those guys in second flight. And Jake pulled away on the back 9 by quite a lot. I mean, what a back 9 here. 6 pars, only 3 bogeys, shoots 39. And those competitors that were right with him shot 45, 46, 46, 48. So he definitely pulled away. Now, just by looking at the scorecard, it does look like it was semi-close here going into the last 3. Where Cuffy and Jack kind of had some bad holes here. Well, really, if I'm looking, all of you had a little bit of bad holes, and Jake did not. And that was the difference in the match. And if I go over here, you can see he ended up winning by 6 shots. So 82, 10 over, fantastic score at Sugarloaf to beat Jack, Bill, Gallagher, and Tony. And they were all 88, 88, 89, 89. And then it was a drop-off to their guys here in the mid-90s. So there's your leaderboard with the over-under par status. And your purse, Jake made 50. Cuffy and Jack chopped second place. They ended up getting 25 each. And Gallagher and T-Bone chopped the $10 for 5 each for 4th place. All right, first flight. We had 8 guys in first flight. And this was also very close after 9. Beltsy was in the lead. With a 2 over 38, just fantastic golf here. 7 pars, 2 bogeys. Puzzy was at 41, Doug 42, Mambo 42, Ben 43. So fairly close after the front 9. I do remember seeing Puzzy and Belts pull away from the field. It looked like at one point they had like a 5-shot lead over everybody else. I don't exactly remember when. I looked at that over the back 9, but this was definitely a 2-horse race. 79, 82, 85 coming down the stretch. Beltsy once again has some troubles in the last couple holes. I guess he would have been 2 up with 2 to play. He goes double-double. Puzzy goes par birdie to end up winning by 3. Beltsy ironically did end up testing positive for COVID that night, so we can give him a break there for the fatigue of COVID. I mean, he was, let's just say, he probably got infected with the virus on 17T. We'll give him that as a little bit of an excuse. But yeah, out of nowhere, he called me the next morning. He goes, "You're not going to believe I tested positive for COVID last night." So I think he's feeling better now. He's good to go. Ben ended up coming in 3rd at 85, and then we had some 88s for Maymod, 89 for Doug Gower. Carson, we had a WD, and there are your first flight scores. So congrats to Puzzy for winning his first major. He won $40. Belts another second place with 25, and then Ben 15. Championship flight. Hand won, and I actually just noticed I have Twilight Masters. Do I have that on all of them? Yeah, I do. Well, I'll fix that while I'm on with you guys. Hand won his second. No, it might be his 3rd. I know he's for sure back-to-back because he won at Pine Meadows last year, won at Sugarloaf. No, it's definitely his 3rd because he won at Sugarloaf previously. So he is a 2-time champion at Sugarloaf, and he got it done with a 2 over 74. Very solid golf. I was leading after 9 with even. Hand and Joe were 1 over. Laud and Steve and Pez were 2 over. Billy was 3 over. So lots of guys within 4 or 5 shots at the turn. And as always with Sugarloaf, and I think it's kind of exaggerated from the tips, the back 9 gets very difficult. There's really, once you play number 12, there are not many birdie holes left. And ironically, number 12, not a single person birdied. I mean, in any flight. A birdie would have been a skin on number 12, which is absolutely wild. You know, an easier par 5 now. That pin was absolutely crazy. But once you play that, you're kind of like just hanging on for dear life. And that's where Hand really separated himself. Playing 13 to 18 with 6 pars is just very impressive. Joe, phenomenal round of golf. I mean, we had that combo tee set up. My goal was to make things a little more fair from him. For him, he shouldn't be playing 7,000 as a senior player, so that worked out great. Joe was in the mix, played a great back 9, and how about these two both make doubles on the hole? You're thinking it is pretty easy. And I was in the mix. I think I actually looked at the board going into 15. I might have had a 1-shot lead. I had some problems over in the rocks. Bogeyed 16, ended up, and if I scroll over here, you can see all 3 of us, Joe, myself, and Laud, all ended up losing by 2. And Laud did the same thing as myself. He also had some problems on 15. So Hand, I want to say comfortable victory, but he definitely knew that, you know, those last couple holes, you're just not... That was a tough pin on 18 too. You're just not going to be able to make birdies down the stretch at Sugarloaf. You're more so hanging on for your dear life. So it's a course where you definitely want to play from the front because you can't go chasing. So congrats to Hand on that victory. And here we have the payouts. Hand won $50 for first place, and then myself, Joe, and Laud chopped the second through fourth place money for $20 each. Skins and CTPs. This is working great with the scroll. I don't even have to make those signs. You can put it right in here. Billy D claimed 2 of them. Number 3, another brutal pin. Hit it to 21 feet 5 inches. Number 7, he hit it to 4 feet 5 inches and didn't get a skin. I think it was Gallagher was the other birdie on that hole. Gooch, I actually witnessed this shot because I was standing up on number 12 green. Hit a phenomenal shot to 8 feet 2 inches. Ironically, Belts got the skin on that hole making birdie. Gooch missed the 8-footer. And then Sav on number 17, probably the easiest pin, the easiest par 3 of the day, and he gets it with 20 feet. So each of those are worth $25. You'll see that reflected in the bottom of the dick list. Skins. This is probably the least amount of skins we've ever had in an event. So there were $200 in a pot, and there were only 4 of them, and 3 of them were made in the last 4 holes. They were worth $50 each. And if I just go through here quick, just because I've never seen a major with so little birdies. Like if I go up here, you know, second flight, 3 total birdies. First flight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total birdies. And 2 of them, you know, 4 of the 5 were made from Puzzy and Belts. And even championship flight, you know, not a ton. You usually see way more than this. Just goes to show how tough of a course Sugarloaf is. So number 1 was not birdied. 2 was. Number 3 was not birdied. I was the only one on 4. 5, there was a birdie. 6, nothing, pars. 7, like I said, that was Billy D and Gallagher. 8, no birdies. 9, there was only 2 of them. I think it was Billy D and Jim Nida. 10, chopped. Hand for sure drove the green and 2-putt. I mean, obviously there could have been more. 11, no birdies on. 12, no birdies on. 13, no birdies on. 14 birdies halved, and then here's you got your skins. Belts only 1 on 15, Steve on 16, and Puzzy on 18, which is crazy because 18's a hole like that's usually you can get close, you can drive, but Sugarloaf is so dependent on where they put those pins. It can make it's almost like half par holes. Like it can change from a par 3.5 to a 4.5 depending on where they put the pin on some of those massive greens that they have. So the pot did fantastic. I mean, Cuffy and myself would have been an absolutely miserable result for the book. because we even had this parlay down here. We would have had to pay out 7-1, $35. We had to pay out like 315. Would have had to pay out Cuffy 180. So I was hoping at least just one of us, I mean, obviously I wanted to win, but for the pot's sake, that at least one of us didn't win. Well, neither. We ended up doing very well on second flight. Just a lone $10 bet on Jake. I think it was Doc Puzzy had that to win $40. We collected money on the rest. First flight, there were 2 bets on Puzzy. Doc Puzzy was one of them, and I think Jones maybe? No, it wasn't Jones. I can't remember. Might have just been Doc Puzzy. That was the only one. So the pot lost 60 on Puzzy at 2-1 and then collected the rest. So positive there. Championship flight. This is the one I think I'm thinking of Jones. Jones was the only $20 bet on hand to win 60. Collected the rest of the money. So did great on those. And once again, these prop bets that you guys are making up, which are very fun, hilarious. The only one that cashed is Doug bet Ursulak top 5 to win $30. Everything else, nothing. Collected money on all of those. Ryder Cup standings. So we have just one event left. So Toth and I have a pretty damn big lead, barring like Jay-Z or Carson making an ace at Deer Valley and being like on a team that wins like 40 or $50, like something insane. Toth and I are probably going to be the Ryder Cup captains for this year. Ryder Cup eligible golfers. So now this is very important with only one round left. I take the top 44. Now, it might be less than 44 depending on how many people sign up. So those of you on the bottom are not necessarily guaranteed a spot. And what I mean by this is let's just say, for example, these 3 guys can't play, okay? Rod, Foster, and Cuck. Since we need foursomes for the Ryder Cup, AB is the odd man out. He would not be, even if he's able to play, he would not be able to play, okay? I do this because it's way easier to tell somebody they can't play than hunt people down. I learned that a few years ago. It's just the way I do it now. So it might be 44 guys, it might be 40, or it might be 36. So if you're up here, I mean, if you're in the top, like, 40, honestly, you're good. You're going to be in. It's these guys down here in, like, the 40 to 44 range that, depending on how many people sign up. Now, if exactly 40 people sign up and it's foursomes, great, you're all in. So just so you know, even though some of you here in the bottom might be eligible, it just depends on how many sign up. And here's all of our guys who are currently not eligible. Deer Valley is the last round of the year on Saturday of Labor Day weekend that you can possibly move yourself up the ranks. But I would say, like I said, anybody up here above 40 is certainly going to be good. Okay, Dick List, please check this out. Here, first column's your Ryder Cup points. The entry fee was $21 for everybody that paid, $20 for CTP, skins, and purse, and $1 for Scroff. All your purses, I just said those above. Skins were $50 each. CTPs were $25 each. And then if you had... Sorry, the mail was delivered, which means the dogs need to go absolutely crazy. So please, check out that list of your debts. Make sure that's correct. If there is a mistake, let me know. The pot's doing very good, which, remember, just means that come Ryder Cup time when we're at Red Lion, the more money the pot makes, the less money you have to pay for drinks and food and all of that, okay? It all goes back to the lead. I have 1 minute to quickly explain this. Next year, I'm going to do something different with the majors. Talking with Twilight HQ over the weekend. So what I'm going to do is sometime in the winter, I'm going to send out a Google form with all of the courses that we could possibly play, and you're going to have one vote to say which course you want to major at. Whatever course wins, that is going to be the course we're going to play one of the majors at next year. The second major I'm going to select by doing a random wheel generator. I'm going to broadcast that on YouTube, and I'm going to spin the wheel. I'm going to eliminate courses until I'm down to one course where we're going to play our major. We're always constantly playing these same ones that are like super hard courses. Why not play one at Rich Maiden? Why not play one at Deer Valley or Hidden Valley or Blue Mountain View? Like, who knows? So I'm going to let one of the majors up to you guys via a vote in the winter, and one of the majors up to the random wheel generator. Sorry for speaking so fast. I wanted to get this in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Talk to you later.